Did he make house calls for me?
We was lucky at that one.
He would come to my house. Because he delivered Frankie and, well, he delivered all of us, didn't he?
All but Doug. Doug was born in Bluntman Memorial Hospital. And Doc Bell was old and sick then, or he'd delivered him. I afraid to trust him.
Well, where was my mother born? You remember?
I think she was born over here at, what do you call that place over
there? Leon?
They over there by Great Cabin.
Well, that would be on down past Leon.
Where at?
Back over here going to the river.
Back up. Yeah.
I'm down back.
What was y'all doing over there?
We was living over there. I was working over in there. That's, I think that was long about when you was running in mines.
Okay.
I don't remember living over there. We moved out from over there before I
I wonder where those mines are at today.
I guess they're just closed in and, you know, growed up and
there's some of them, do you remember where Bobby had his, he used to farm that land back over there?
Right over here?
Yeah.
Right there at
right before you get to
in the triangle?
McAnally's, yeah. Well, there was a curve there, and I think the mines was all back down in there.
Okay, they hadn't strip mined them out?
I think so.
They did? Yeah.
all day down in there.
Right before you get to McAnally's.
Going this way?
Yeah.
Oh no, the mines was on the other side of our house.
Well, there was some down in there too.
Yeah.
Down near the river?
Yeah.
I know years ago when I was growing up, and we'd go to cats and all over there, you used to see down in there where houses used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was years ago though.
Yeah.
Before I ever got married, I think, or maybe. There may have been a few there. But anyhow,
probably a few there, because Charles remembers it. Charles has told me about it too, and I remember us walking through there when we was growing up.
But the mines, the way the mines had overrun was on down past where we live, back over towards Niola.
Niola, where is that? See, all these are new names to me now.
Niola is you stay on this road. By Warrenhope, go way, you know how it used to go all the way back in there and then come out, like in County Road? That was Niola back in there. Am I right?
Well, they stripped mine all.
What you mean, turn down there at Orange and go back towards where Margie used to live?
Yeah.
No, Niola was over there where we lived, down the other side of, across the river.
Across Dean's Ferry?
That's where Dad
across Dean's Ferry. Yeah.
That's where Dad used to work in the mines, is it not?
81? Pixie Zero?
Yeah, well, both of them roads come out at County Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go across that bridge anymore.
You can't.
You can walk across it.
Oh.
And you have to be very careful there. There's no way you can get a vehicle across it.
Well, what did they do?
They washed out.
I mean, what does people do?
People don't go across it.
Lord, they used to pass house and go over to Niola.
Uh-huh.
Now, we live at this side of that bridge.
Uh-huh.
And you go across that bridge and you go on around that way and you go to Niola.
Is that where the mines were?
Mm-hmm.
No, so Papa had to cross that bridge?
Yeah. But that bridge used to be a big old, long, covered bridge.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And it rained and rained and rained and the water got upside and it washed it away.
Wow. What was the name of that bridge? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Dean's Ferry, wasn't it?
Huh?
Dean's Ferry, wasn't it?
It might be,
I think that's as far back as I can remember.
But,
I didn't know that, man.
You could hear that bridge at night. We lived about, I guess, a mile this side of that bridge, didn't we, Jim? And you could hear that bridge popping and snapping at night when that water was up so high.
Yeah. I know that river would get real high right there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Plumb up to, you know, right as you cross that bridge and come on over this way.
Uh-huh.
You know, you come up a big hill right
Yeah.
after you cross the bridge. That water was up nearly halfway up that hill.
Wow.
I've seen
That
it.
big.
That's amazing. That can be that high.
Did you know Mom and Daddy used to own property back over there?
No, I
40
didn't.
acres, wasn't it?
Huh?
What, 40 acres? That y'all own back over there?
Where was it?
No.
No, right after you passed Owen Reed's.
Uh-huh.
Down there just a little ways, you turn and go up and then down in the river bottoms, back down there.
Yeah.
Because he sold it right after he had his heart attack. Right?
Mhm.
That was in
I'd even
69.
I had even forgot about
Because
that.
him and Doug and Frankie, I believe, was down there working that day. He had his heart attack.
Yeah.
And Robert Reed was with him. Because you went over to Aunt Kat's. You was already born then.
And
I was
we
pregnant
lived up here.
then with Mike.
We lived up here on the highway then.
You know, y'all lived here.
Did
Because
we?
Tim was already
If
born.
it was in 69, Papa was 60 years old. Pretty amazing.
But that's where, because you went over there, you went to Aunt Kat's with him, you tried to get him not to go over there. He was still working at Lowe's then.
Was he having trouble?
He'd been sick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I didn't want him to
It
go.
seemed like one of the boys drove him back up to Aunt Kat's, wasn't it?
I think it's
And Junior. No, Charles, it was Frankie and Doug, Charles's.
Yeah.
It was Frankie and Doug and Robert that went down there with him that day. And Junior Hallman took you and him on to the
Doctor.
doctor's office.
Hmm.
And then he worked a little while after that at Leeds, and then he retired. Well, they got him on disability. And he sold that property.
Who did we sell it to?
I don't remember about that. Daddy used to say, rumor was back then that TVA was coming down through there. And that's what he was trying to hang on to the property for, because he could have made a lot of money, but it still ain't come through.
TVA,
TVA.
as far as, what do you mean TVA coming through there?
It's a power company.
Yeah, I know. I know it's Tennessee Valley Authority.
It's supposed to come down.
Run lines down through there?
Yeah.
Well, you know, in a roundabout way, if they build that dam, you know, all that'll be flooded.
Yeah.
You know that, don't you? You'll probably have, huh?
If they build what?
They're talking about building a dam over in Trafford, right over there where the river, you know, the big bridge there at Trafford, just this side of it, damming up that river and using it for to get water.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Birmingham. They've talked about that now, whether or not they do it or not.
Yeah, you remember them talking about that, you know, the garbage dump and Birmingham Water Works was in dispute over it. It hadn't been but a couple, 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. You
And
have.
when they were trying to put the garbage dump in,
Yeah.
and everybody was fighting it, and then come to find out Birmingham Water Works has already bought up
Yeah.
a lot of the property. They probably won't ever be in our time, but they'll eventually do it.
You'd be living on the lakefront. You could be living on the lakefront.
I don't want on the lakefront. I had enough of that place over in there when I lived there.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing to me, Mama. I haven't been over to that old river down at Dean's Ferry.
Have I not ever showed you over there while I was born?
I think you have when I was young then. Come on, we'll go.
I couldn't find it tonight.
Time what?
over there where I was born.
I want to carry
That
the
old
lid over
house
there.
ain't there now.
Oh no, the tree's still
It's
there.
grown up.
Charles used to tell Charles Jr. and Johnny that I was born under that big old tree.
What tree?
In the yard.
Under the tree in the yard. There's a fence.
Great
there
old big
now.
oak tree.
I'd like to take a metal detector and go over there.
I'll tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how come Charles started milking. Milking a cow.
Yeah.
My Charles.
Yeah.
Well, I'd stake her out across that road. And, you know, there's a lot of grass and stuff
Yeah.
over there. And stake her out every morning and go to the barn and milk her.
Uh-huh.
And then carry and stake her out and let her graze over there.
Uh-huh.
And I'd catch that boy down there with, he had a one of these little coal shovels once, just to milking that old cow across the road. That's where he learned to milk at.
Lord.
Buddy, when I had a real bad cold or something like that, when he had milk.
Wow.
End part 6.